Welcome to the Geschmack of our podcast. A good Erev Shabbos, Parshas Mattos Massei. The Parsha starts off with the inyan of Nedarim, the inyan of prohibiting yourself from doing something. It has a binding isser. I cannot do what I have prohibited myself from doing. The Torah says like this: when a person, ki yidor neder, will make a neder, a vow, La Hashem, he'll do it or to Hashem. Oihi shava, or he will make a swear. Shavua, le'esor iser, to make something aser al nafsho, on his nefesh. Lo yachel devaro, he can't make his words mundane, meaning you gotta pull through. Kechol hayoytze mipiv, everything that comes out of your mouth, ya'aseh, you must do. You gotta pull through with your neder. Rashi says, what's a neder? Ha'omer, someone who says, hooray, behold, Allah, I'm going to do, koinam shali ocha, behold, a person who will say, let's say, for example, he's not going to eat this, or for example, he says he's going to do this. Rashi says, Talmud Loimar, the Torah is telling us, le'esor iser, to make something aser, la'aser es ha-mutter, to make something that's mutter to you now aser. It was previously allowed, and now it is prohibited. Velo, but you cannot lahater es ha'aser. But you can't make something aser, mutter. Like you can't make a shavua to make pig kosher. That's not going to help. It's not going to work, as much as we try. But the chiddush of nedarim is that you can now go ahead and prohibit something. Frek the Heiliger Simcha Zisel Ziva Chodesh, the Saba from Kelm, the altar of Kelm, the Rebbe from Yerucham, Rabbeinu Yerucham Alevi, Zecher Tzadik V'Kadosh L'Vracha. How is it possible that Hashem could give us this lav? Hashem gave us 613 commandments. There are things that are mutter and things that are aser. Very deep question here. But how do we have the ability to now make new things aser on ourselves? How do we have this godly midah? How does this make any sense? The l'chayra, I'll read you the Lashon. It's the beginning of Das Torah in this week's Parsha. Eich shayich, how is it possible? She'adam yasel al atzmo, a person could do to himself iser, to make himself, to create a new iser, b'davar she'ena yaser min ha'Torah, something that's not aser. If you're going to go ahead and say, you know what, I'm going to make a neder that not only the Torah says I can't eat bacon, I'm going to make a new iser that I'm not going to have more than 2 pieces of schnitzel. I'm going to make a new iser that I'm going to make a vow, let's say someone's going to say this, that I'm not going to have soda, because whatever reason I see fit. Now, you've just created an extra iser. So now what, we're going to say you have 614 commandments now? How is this possible? The depth of the question, to boil it all the way down, might be, how do we have this godly trait that we can make new things aser to ourselves? To which he brings out a Mordeki Yesod and a Hashkafa of Chaim, and how to view what we're doing here. I'll say what the words are, and then we'll try to explain and see if we can make any sense of it. The Yesod of a neder is Asei Ritzoincha Kirtzoincha, or Asei Ritzoincha Kirtzoinecha. Make your Ratzon Hashem's Ratzon. Mevatel what you want to do, and turn it into, what does Hashem want me to do? We're going to say that it's not about making an extra isser on yourself. It's about understanding within the guidelines of the Torah what a person needs for his own steiging to add something in. Inside the guidelines of the Torah, I need this to steig. Here's a certain area that Hashem has created that I might struggle in, or something that I'm better in. But now I'm going to add inside the guidelines of the Torah somewhere where I need a little bit of help. But it's not that we have this unbelievable capability to now do godly actions, which is what we can now make some sort of new isser. But it's not that we have 614 now. It's chas v'shalom. It's 613. But inside of this 613, the hashkafa of the Torah, I can see that Hashem would want me to do this. I'm doing asei ritzoincha kirtzoinecha. I'm making my ratzoin into what Hashem's ratzon is. My desire is what Hashem's desire. The Heilige Torah brings that the gematria of Nidarim is actually the gematria of a Reitzeach. The numerical value of the word vows is the same numerical value as the word to kill or a killer. Now, what's going on here? How, like it's that chomer? What, I make a vow, I don't pull through, it's like I killed someone? But what lives here is that a person has the ability to do godly actions, the ability to create isurim. That's what the root of a vow is. To which now it sings like a song why the lav is called lo yachel devaro. We learned in Massei Nedarim it's called bal yachel. Bal yachel. If you don't pull through on a neder, it's a horrible isser. It's an isser daraisa. Yachel means don't do something mundane. Don't make your actions mundane. Because what lives here is that you have the ability to aser, to prohibit yourself from doing something. It's a godly capability that Hashem has given us that we have to go ahead and find out what the Torah wants from me, and then you can put it into play. But if you don't pull through, you're losing out on the kedusha of this godly action, and you're becoming bal yachel. You're saying, it didn't really matter. Could be that's the pshat and why it's like Ritzeach. Nedarim is like a Ritzeach. It's because you're going anti the Torah when you've just gone ahead and answered something. The big point that I want to try is I think is true here is the essential midah that we have to have and to be discerning and to have hashkafa and the right hashkafa in our the way that we live our lives to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Because the HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave us the Torah, but we have to be able to decipher certain situations and say, Asay ritzoncha kirtzonecha. Decide what does the Eibishter want from you. What is it that Hashem would want? We have to be able to learn up the Torah and do and assess certain situations as to what the Torah would want from me, which is hard sometimes to do on our own, but Hashem gives us teachers and leaders and rabbis and rabbeim and parents. But it's very important here that we see from the Isser of Nedarim that we have this godly capability, number one, to almost do this godly action and make things usher. Number two, to do it within the guidelines of the Torah, to have a discerning eye, to decide what does Hashem want from me in this situation. And then number three, to pull through on it. Chas v'shalom, we shouldn't make our words bal yachel. Have a moiridik Shabbos and a moiridik Rosh Chodesh.